Hi, this is Eric with Sweat the Details, and I just want to make a quick video on something that I just made, and I'm pretty proud of it. I may have made the ultimate interior detailing cart. As you can see, I started with the regular Sears utility plastic cart that I've had for years, and it's been pretty handy, but I thought I could do more. So the first thing I did was go and get a couple of casters for the cart. As you can see, these swivel on the front and the back now. One problem I always had with this cart was they only had the swivel casters on the back, and it got really hard to maneuver around the vehicle. But now with the casters where they are, I can move it back and forward and sideways, and it makes it a lot easier to get around the car. The next thing I did was go to Harbor Freight and purchase this handy little reel, the air hose. It's got 30 feet in there. The air hose itself is pretty cheap. It says Made in China on it, and as you can see, it's got some sort of rubber material that's starting to come off. But what I really wanted was this wheel, and I can put up to 50 feet of hose on this, and I'll probably go to Sears and get some nice Craftsman hose to put on there. But with this, I can just pull my air hose out, get it on my compressor, and move the cart right next to the car, and then I've got air right there at the cart. And as you can see, I also purchased this coil hose from Sears, and what's nice about this is it's 25 feet of hose that cools right up, and I can just hook it right on the cart. The next thing I did was bought this little hook here, and I'm not sure if you can see this or not, but it says Tornado, which I originally just bought this to hook the airline to, but I thought, hey, not a bad idea. So as you can see, I put the Tornado Black on there, and it sits on there nicely, and I just throw the hose right on top of it. Next thing that I did was I built this shelf underneath here. As you can see, I don't have much room on the top anymore, so I wanted somewhere to just put my little doohickeys and different little brushes and vacuum attachments, and you can see fits on there nice. I'll probably put some contact paper on here to keep from any chemicals leaking on the wood and making it look bad. Also put these nice little white hooks here, and you see I got my different steamer attachments hooked to it. And speaking of my steamer, cart works out great for the steamer. Got it right on top with the air reel, and that pretty much takes up the entire top of the cart. And you can see I got the hoses all hooked up to the front, and this is just the Mighty Vacuum hose attachment reel. Speaking of which, underneath I have my Master Blaster. That's what this hose is, all wrapped around. And on the other side, I have my Mighty Vac and Blow, and it's all hooked up. Got the hose all hooked up, so anytime I need to vacuum, I just pull this out and switch it on. Oh no, but I need power. So to take care of that problem, I wanted to be able to just take this cart and push it out to the car and run air and run electric to it. So I went out to Sears and I got the nice Craftsman professional reel here, and I hooked it up underneath the cart with a hanger. As you can see, I just cut out a little slot right in here. Fits perfect. The problem was the cord itself is set up so that you plug it into a socket and then run what would be the female side out to whatever you're hooking up to. But I wanted the opposite. I wanted to be able to just run out the long cord to the socket, because the cart will be wherever I've got the car at, and I got 50 feet of extension set up. So I cut off the end here, and I put this adapter, this male socket that I got from Home Depot, on this end, and I put the female side on this end, so that I can just plug up either the Master Blaster or the steamer or the vacuum to that end and just run this out to the electric socket, and my cart stays in one place. What I'll probably do is put a strip on the back here so I can just plug up the vacuum, plug up the steamer and the master blaster, and not have to worry about coming back here and plugging things up. I know I can't run all the machines at once. I probably can't even run 2 of these machines at once without flipping a breaker. But it's all about not having to reach down there and unplug and plug machines and make it as simple as possible. As lazy as I am, I may even decide to put a remote switch in here somehow to where I don't have to bend over to flip these switches. So I think that's about it. Oh, I do have one other thing. See if I can find it. No, that's not it. That's my dog Hank. Back in the garage. I got this recycling bin, which I riveted this bracket to, and it makes it nice because I can just hang the bracket right on the cart like that, and then I can put all my rags, all my dirty rags in there. And I'll probably just put some clean rags down there, and I got everything set up in one spot. Makes it real convenient. Like I said, I believe this just might be the ultimate in interior detailing. Whenever I get a van, I can just put this in the van and wheel it out and run my cords out, and I'm good to go. And you may see in the background there, I also bought the universal detailing cart by Grit Guard. And the main reason I bought this cart was to make an exterior detailing cart. And I use the Princeless Method of washing, if I could ever get this open here, where you put a lot of microfiber towels into your solution of ONR. As you see, I got this pump here that's full of ONR, and I have a video on how to rinseless wash a car, but I really want to make this cart the exterior cart, and I'm getting some ideas for it. Maybe an electric pump sprayer, a low pressure system or something I can put on the bottom. And of course I can put my flex, my polisher and everything on there. And I may eventually get the pad washer that goes in there. This is really nice to be able to put different buckets in here, whatever I'm working on, and just not have to worry about it. And I can wheel it around the car real easy. But yeah, I'm trying to get some ideas for this cart. If you have any, feel free to leave them in the comments. Hopefully I'll get this set up sometime in the future. But it's not a bad little cart. The only thing I'm really disappointed in is if you can see in the bottom, the way the bucket's in there, it looks like they just took a regular cart and you can see they just cut through the braces. The hole is perfect, but of course it seems like they should have just made this a little, maybe a little bit shorter on the shelves. There's a big piece of plastic, looks like PVC, they tell you to put underneath there to hold the bucket up to keep the pressure off the top lid of this. But that sits the bucket up about that high, and then there's a another cheap little seal they have you run around the edge here that just kept falling off every time you try to put a bucket in there. The bucket itself fits in there perfect if you just lay it down in there. But of course, I don't know over time if the weight of the bucket might end up bending the plastic somehow. Hopefully not. So right now I really do like the cart. It actually fits in my car and it works out pretty good. I used it today for a rinseless wash I had to do mobily. So yeah, that's my setup. Interior and exterior. Still a work in progress. Thanks for watching.